Hey, it's Mike Hambright with FlipNerd.com. Welcome back for another exciting VIP interview where I interview some of the most successful real estate investing experts and entrepreneurs in the industry to help you learn and grow. Today I'm joined by Sam Sadat, who's done thousands of transactions as a mentor and coach, a lender. He's the founder of the Los Angeles Real Estate Investors Club. Sam has a great passion for educating others and is one of the most passionate people around. Today he's going to share his knowledge on staying positive and having great attitude and energy to help you more successful in your real estate investing business. But before we get started, let's take a moment to recognize our featured sponsors. RealtyMogul.com is an online marketplace for real estate investing, connecting borrowers and capital from accredited and institutional investors. Get a rehab loan fast and close in as little as 10 days. Rates start as low as 9%. We'd also like to thank National Real Estate Insurance Group, the nation's leading provider of insurance to the residential real estate investor market. From individual properties to large-scale investors, National Real Estate Insurance Group is ready to serve you. Please note, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in this program do not necessarily reflect those of FlipNerd.com or any of its partners, advertisers, or affiliates. Please consult professionals before making any investment or tax decisions, as real estate investing can be risky. Hey, Sam, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me, Mike.
Yeah. I'm excited you're on, and well, for those that we weren't recording a few minutes ago, we were talking. You just have great energy, and I'm excited to talk to you. So,
well, thank you so much. It takes one to know one, as they say.
Okay.
So your energy ain't bad, ain't bad either.
Great. Well, thank you. Well, for those that don't know you, tell us a little bit about your background, about how you got into real estate investing, and then we'll kind of start talking about how folks can use more passion in their life to be successful.
Okay, well, I went to school, as I told you, UT Austin. I studied engineering. I did aeronautics and then mechanical engineering, and then I came to California. I started working as an engineer. I realized that's just a waste of time for me. So I said, what am I going to do? I gotta leave a legacy. I can't leave a legacy working, as an engineer. So I started to explore, and of course, I always loved real estate. So I gradually started getting into real estate business, and over the years, I became more and more kind of. The more I did it, the more I began to enjoy that. So what I did was back in, I believe, 1990, I got my broker's license. I started doing financing, primarily residential financing. And then I started buying properties and started investing, buying my first home, second home, third home, and just kept going. Long and short of it is, I thought that I was completely financially independent. Then all of a sudden on January 17th, 1994, the infamous Northridge earthquake hit Los Angeles. And I had a beautiful home, old home, an older structure in the Santa Monica, very, very lit region of Santa Monica, which is a very beautiful area, very expensive, near the ocean. The home got destroyed. I had an apartment building in the San Fernando Valley that got destroyed. I mean, literally red tagged by the department, by the fire department. They kicked us, me, my family, two sons, my wife and two sons, we got kicked out of our home. We couldn't even find a place to live because these homes were damaged. In Sherman Oaks, Northridge, and of all places, Santa Monica. Those three places got hit the most. So everything I had was gone over a 25-second span of time. And it's one of those things that maybe you plan things for yourself in such a way that you think you're done, and then the divine and the whatever energy you believe in, the God, or the supreme being, the creator, the universe, life, whatever it is. I don't know. Everybody's got an opinion on that. It didn't want me to have it. It says you still got work to do. So I basically lost everything, and we moved to Colorado for a while. I started my company. I did well. I sold it. Came back to California in 2003. I started buying real estate, and then started my club in 2003. And my club, Sands Real Estate Club of Los Angeles, also LA Real Estate Club, I started educating others. I started teaching others what I knew about real estate. And after 11 years now, we got awesome group of people. I've got 20,000 people in my database, a lot of investors, a lot of successful investors. I mentor, I educate, I teach, I essentially want to leave that legacy of education, mentoring, knowledge, enlightenment, all of that for people out there, not just to succeed in real estate and money and business, but in life.
Yeah.
Because what's the purpose of having so much money in the bank and being miserable and not being happy because your attitude is not in the right place, because your heart is not in the right place, if your mind is not in the right place. So I have really tried to teach people a balance between money, wealth, and then the other side, happiness.
Absolutely.
And when you bring them together and you kind of like cross the bridge between wealth and happiness, and that way people have a fulfilled life, you know, and that's been my passion. That's been my goal over the years.
Absolutely. And it's interesting, Sam, because I know a lot of folks, some big name folks that are in real estate, and people look at it differently. I've always thought of real estate, and I haven't even been in it that long myself, 6 years. We've bought hundreds of houses in that time, but a very short period of time. There was a time 6 years ago where I had never bought a house in my life other than the one house my wife and I lived in. So, but I saw real estate as a tool to help me achieve, financial freedom or something like that, to pursue other things. There's some people that it's about the real estate itself, which everybody's entitled to how they want to treat things. But I think most people look at it as a means to something other than just buying and selling houses or holding houses or landlording or anything like that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's totally okay. If somebody's goal and their passion and their life mission is to just own as many properties regardless of anything else, more power to them. I have no issue with that. But I'm for one, thinking that the balance in life is one of the most important facets of our, fulfilled living. A life, in the words of Socrates, an unexamined life is not worth living. Okay, so you got to examine your life. You got to check it out. You got to have a checks and balances. How much money is enough money? Okay, how much you have $10 million, I've got $20 million. How much more can I do with my 20 million that you can't do with your 10 million? You understand what I'm talking about?
Right, absolutely.
Reminds me of what Arnold Schwarzenegger, former California governor, said one time. He said, they said money doesn't make you happy. It's true, because I remember when I had $50 million. Now I have $100 million, but I'm not even one bit happier than I was when I had $50 million.
Yeah.
Come on, man. The bottom line of it is that happiness. Part of it may be, that money part is very important.
Right.
Believe me, if you've got your heart in the right place, if your mind is in the right place, if you have a mission to not just help yourself, but we're here for another purpose and to help others.
Yeah. And so, Sam, talk about, and I agree with everything that you've just said. For a lot of folks that are trying to get started in real estate investing, it seems to be a struggle just to get out of the gate. And sometimes it's because people aren't confident in what they're doing or whatever. But talk about how you make that transition to worrying about balance and focus, and the other side, which is you can't even get started yet, or you seemingly can't get started yet.
Yeah, in my opinion, the way I've seen things unfold with a lot of investors, I've got a lot of students that I mentor and educate on a regular basis. There is no doubt that if you work very hard and you combine it with some smart thinking, you can make money even if your attitude sucks, even if your heart is not in the right place. You can still make something happen. Okay, so that being said, for most people, I have noticed that if you fix your attitude, what goes through your mind, your thoughts, and what's in your heart, if you fix those two places, it will make your journey a lot easier and a lot more successful. And when you begin to bring money into your life, it gives it so much more meaning. It gives it so much more happiness, because not only are you in the right mind, in the right heart, but now you got the money. So my suggestion to all the investors out there, especially beginner investors, work on your attitude, work on your mindset, examine your heart. Heart is a very interesting concept. The word heart, if you talk about encouragement is a very important facet of life. You encourage yourself, your children, your wife, your friends around you. Why is encouragement so important? Because the word encouragement comes from core. And cor is heart in French. And in Espanol, in Spanish, it's corazon, heart. Any act of encouragement is act of a heart. And anytime you encourage others, in essence, you bring in something, adding something to their heart and to their mind to become and realize their full potentiality. In my opinion, if people read good books, okay, books that will boost their attitude, that boost their mindset, that they look at life from a positive perspective, that they understand that what happens out there doesn't determine your destiny. What happens here and here determine your destiny. People tell me, Sam, there's not enough inventory out there in LA, we can't find properties. How come I see people with great attitude finding properties all the time? How come I'm finding them all the time? Because the outside external forces, in no way can they determine your happiness and your success. It's all management of your own thoughts, management of your emotions, managing your own attitude. Once you master that, believe me, nothing outside is going to bug you. And you can nothing, it's not like you're going to be a robot and nothing bugs you. No, I should say, it may bug you, but you won't get stuck in that. The key issue is with me, I still get down, but you know what? It won't last too long.
Yeah.
I snap out of it very quickly because I have reached that awareness that unless I snap out of that and unless I manage my emotions, in a positive fashion, then life is going to be a very, very hard journey.
Sure. And I think there's a lot of great advice in just, you've heard it in a number of books, just living your life in day-tight compartments where you have a bad day, but tomorrow you need to wake up and forget that and move on.
Yeah, why tomorrow? An hour from now?
Right.
30 minutes. I've given myself 15 minutes, to feel sorry for myself. Something happens, some bad idea or something that I don't like, something that I can... here's the funny thing about it. I tell you something about the grand scheme of things. Anything that we consider bad, it's coming from a very narrow perspective. In the divinity plan, in the grand scheme of things, and from the spiritual perspective, I don't think anything that happens to us is bad at all. We just don't see the grand scheme. Haven't you noticed some of the stuff that you look at in the past and you consider them to be bad, and then in the future, after a couple of few years, you say, wait a minute, that was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Right, absolutely.
Earthquake in Northridge, earthquake wiped me out of about $4 or $5 million. And at that moment, it was the worst thing that had happened to me. But in retrospect, when I went to Colorado, I spent so much time in the Rockies. I meditated. I wrote a book. I did so many things that boosted my morale and changed my life for the better. I said that was the best thing that happened to me in my life. Yeah. At that moment, it wasn't. So our limited perspectives really doesn't have that ability to define anything in life as good or bad. So if that's true, then anything that happens that you think it's bad, maybe it's not that bad. You have 15 minutes to feel sorry for yourself. Move on. Get back on track.
That's great. So how do you advise people that are looking to get started in real estate investing, or newer folks that do have a hard time finding a deal? They just don't have enough knowledge and education yet to be successful, but they're working on it. It's easy to get down and not see that you can be successful here. How do you advise those folks versus some that maybe have already made it?
Networking, buddy, networking. Belly to belly, eye to eye. Social media is fantastic. We're very good with, as you know, our website, samsrealestateclub.com. Okay, you see our website, you see all of our education programs. We're awesome with social networking. I've got the greatest webmaster. We do all of that stuff, emails, all of that. All of that is overrated, in my opinion. Okay, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I still think that eye-to-eye, belly-to-belly networking. If you're not networking, you're not working. So the best advice I can give to people is go into as many networking venues as they can. Hook up with other people to share their resources. One person has got property, the other person has got money. Hook up together. I provide proof of funds for my investors. They don't have the money, but they come to me. They have joined my club. They've joined my membership, team. I provide them with proof of funds. I provide them with the earnest money deposit. They go put a property under contract. I was telling you, they wholesale it. They walk away with some money. We do partnership. We fix it. We flip it. We make some money. The bottom line of it is, none of us has got all the resources. All of us need other people. When you have your omelet in the morning, your breakfast, you know how many hundreds of people have worked for you to have just the omelet, not to speak of the chicken. Okay, so the bottom line of it is, it's a world that is interconnected. And the best advice to beginners: go out there, network, find people, bring people into your networking team, into your team that have things that you do not have, that resources that you do not have. I know it's not that easy. I know it takes courage. I know it takes effort. Going out there, driving, meeting people, shaking hands. It may not be the easiest thing that for most people, but the bottom line of it is, it's really the thing that works.
Yep, yep. And we were talking briefly before we started today about using power versus force.
Yeah.
It's the power of persuasion, the power of the importance of your attitude when you interact with others, and talk a little bit about how much of a difference that could make between success and failure for real estate investors.
Yeah, I mean, for example, last night at my club meeting, we're talking about the non-verbal language, the body language. And most of the time, it's so easy to see why most people fail in life. If you look at them, they're slumped over. You know, if you look at them, the body language says, you know, I can't get anything, I'm a loser. Who wants to deal with a person like that? Okay, the way to do it, sit up, change your posture. Okay, I do meditation. Almost every other day I meditate for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. Sometimes I won't, I'm gone for a couple of hours. The first rule of meditation is you sit erect. Your back is going to be erect. If you just do that and sit up and look up, immediately you change your mood, as opposed to slumped over and looking down, which really ruins your mood. Just sit up, look up. I always say, you know, if you're feeling down, get up. Just this alone, looking up, it just boosts your energy, because body language not only influences other people, but it also influences you. It influences your mood. So the bottom line of it is, if you feel down, change your body posture, change your posture, change your body language. Try to incorporate more of things that bring power to your life. Instead of promotion, use encouragement. You don't have to constantly promote to people, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. Encourage them to take action. Instead of constantly persuading people, influence them, educate them. Education is something that in our industry, I see that a lot, in the real estate industry. It's like every other speaker that I see, and that's why I'm not bringing a lot of speakers to the so-called professional speakers, to the club. They constantly sell you the sizzle. But where is the steak? You know, people are tired of that. You know, give me some 100% pure education. If you share that with others, if you give it like that, giving is not always about money. Giving is about energy, your education, your knowledge. You give it, it will come back to you. If you freely share that, you will have nothing to worry about. The universe works like a charm. When you give it, it comes back. I'm an engineer. Remember I told you? Second law of fluid dynamics, thermodynamics. No energy is ever wasted. Whatever you put out, you're going to get back.
Yeah. And it's important, even when you're talking to sellers, a lot of folks don't realize this, that for a lot of real estate investors, maybe it's just a transaction. They want to do a transaction. But the reality is if you represent yourself as a problem solver, try to show compassion for that person you're dealing with, and people like to work with people that they like. So it's very common for us to be talking to sellers that will sell us their house at a lower price than another offer they've had just because they like us more. We took some time to get to know them. Yeah.
Absolutely, you put your finger right on it, because people like to do business with other people that are like them or perceive them to be. So one of the things I taught last night is the concept of pacing. In other words, if you're going in there and then your seller is kind of in a bad mood, you know, and you're walking in like this, you know, you're not going to be communicating with the guy. Your body language says, I'm powerful, you're nothing. And the guy says, get the hell out of my house, at least in his mind. So the bottom line of it is, if they are not feeling good, if they're down, you do the same exact thing. You pace them. In other words, you actually do what they're doing with your body language, so you can establish some rapport. That's the secret of rapport. The secret of rapport and trust is to, I don't want to say imitate or mimic, but I want to say kind of follow and pace what they're doing. So gradually from this, we can bring them up to this. Because after you pace them and their body language, how they talk, their attitudes, their beliefs, then you can lead them. You can do something else like sit up and you'll be amazed. The person is like this, so you're going like this and you're chatting with them. And after a while, you know, you go like this, you'll be amazed that your seller all of a sudden goes like that. That's called leading, pacing and leading. And when they go like that, you know that you have established that rapport. And the moment you establish that rapport is, hey, here's the contract. Can we just get it? You know, get your John Hancock right there. Let's get into business. It works like a charm because you said it. People like to do business with people that are like that.
Right, right. Well, Sam, talk a little bit. I know you're a big believer in working together with others to get deals done, and you just said it that everybody needs something in terms of running their business successfully. So talk a little bit about that, because there's so many real estate investors that are cowboys, that are just one-off people that
one-man shows.
Everybody is their competition, and they're not going to share anything with anybody. Why don't you talk a little bit about your kind of philosophy on the power of sharing and working with others?
I think we talked a little bit about that. There are two mentalities. Either you're coming from abundance or scarcity.
Right.
People that want to have everything for themselves, their mindset is scarcity. Look at the word scarcity. Scarcity. City of fear. Anytime you're in that realm of insecurity and scarcity that you do not want to share with others, either you have to change that or you're going to have to live in your own island, okay, for the rest of your life. And those kinds of people, even with a lot of money, they're not going to be happy people.
Right.
The other part is abundance. Abundance. It's a dance. It's a dance, the universe, the waves, the ups and downs, the energy that is in the universe. Abundance is the key to your success and happiness. Money, wealth, and happiness. When you share, when you come from abundance, when you do not see scarcity, you're secure. You're not in fear. And when you share with others, we just talked about it will come back to you. One of the main reasons a lot of our people are successful, our investors, is because they come together as a team. It's so easy to form a real estate partnership. It's not like buying a restaurant together that you have to be married to the other person for 15 years. It takes 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Have a nice, solid contract in place, a couple of pages. Good people that your energies are aligned. I tell you, the best advice that I can give to people is, if you're not aligned with the other person's energy, and you would know in the beginning, don't do business with them.
Yeah.
Either you're aligned and you can see eye to eye, and your energies, you feel it. It's not something I can talk about, but you feel it. If you feel good about that person, outside of your mental calculations, it's not a left brain thing, it's a right brain thing. If you feel good, get into partnership with them, all you need is a couple of pages. And you go into partnership with them, you share in that process, it will come back to you. Okay, it's either you're coming from fear or you're coming from abundance. Okay, and I can't work with people that come from fear. I have helped so many other people establish other real estate clubs in LA. And people tell me, Sam, why are you creating competition for yourself? I said, I'm not creating competition. There are 12 million people living in LA.
Right.
How in the heck am I going to reach all of them? Okay, and how can everybody connect with me? Some people don't like me, whose energy is not going to be aligned with mine. Some people that like me, I've got enough of those people that I'm going to do business with. Some people like you. Some people like the other guy. So there is, thank God for that, because everybody is going to be to their own people and the people that they can connect to. Therefore, there is no competition to me. It's not. There is none. I don't see that as competition at all. And once people develop that, I think you see that we're going to be a much happier society and community as a whole.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Sam, for those that are listening that love your energy and say, I need to get me some of that, what do you advise? How do they get started? There's a lot of folks that maybe are in a rut or they're down on themselves and they know it. Where do they go to kind of get started to learn more?
Two great books I can refer to them. One of them is called The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. Schwartz. It's an all-time classic, bestseller. That was probably one of the first books that I read. The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. Schwartz. And the other one is The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol. Those two books, although they're older books, and of course the all-time classic, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which I know you have read. Those three books is a fantastic start for any beginner in real estate or in life, whatever. And also, I cannot overstate the importance of meditation, not medication. Meditation,
medication,
a daily meditation to be alone by yourself and allow yourself to kind of be in your own thoughts. I mean, just sitting and being in your own world and allowing not anything to disturb you, no music, no sound, just that meditation. There's so many different techniques for meditation.
Right.
And some people go into the nature. Some people go for a walk. It's okay as long as you have some time for you with no other distractions that you can spend magical. Yeah. So if you're down on yourself, take frequent walks, meditate, okay, read good books. I've got a lot of really free educational food for thought articles that I've written that are on my website. They're free. People can go and watch, download. I've probably written maybe over 100 articles, and each one of them is exactly designed to help people to get out of the rut, to get out of the negativity, to get out of the low energy and come into the realm, the higher realm of high energy, high morale. You know what morale is?
Absolutely.
Not moral, it's morale.
Yeah.
High spirit, sense of well-being. Okay, that is so critical in our success. If you operate in that realm, even if you don't make money today, you'll make it tomorrow, but you'll be happy.
Yeah.
And nothing can replace, can take the place of happiness and peace of mind.
Thank you so much, Sam.
My pleasure.
So for those that want to learn more about your club, we're going to add a link down below the video, but where do they go?
One of the main reasons I started the DBA, Sam's Real Estate Club, because people can remember Sam's Club, right? Yeah. So all they got to do is Google Sam's Club Real Estate. Boom, I'm right there. I think on the second or third, on the first page, right there, Sam's Real Estate Club of Los Angeles. We got a great website, a lot of free educational videos and materials for people to look at. And of course, our monthly meetings, we got workshops. I do occasional workshops with Sensei, my friend and the person that introduced us. And they can, I have an open door policy, literally open door. My door is open. People can come in, shoot me an email. I help them. I spend about an hour and a half of my time every day to respond to emails from people that I have absolutely no idea who they are. They just write me and say, Sam, I need help. So I spend time and I find out exactly what they need and I just respond to them. That's part of my contribution and leaving a legacy. Yeah. For our great community and an awesome country. Because I tell you, people constantly tell me, oh, we got problems. Everybody's got problems. Of course, America's got problems. But would you rather live someplace else? I don't know. I travel all over the world, but still when I come back here, I say, thank God I'm back in America.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we all feel the same way.
Yeah.
You go abroad, you go to other countries, you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
I've traveled. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is the best place to be. You want to get rich, you can get rich. You want to be happy, you can get happy. You want to get meditation classes, you can get meditation. You want to go be an artist, you're the best artist. We got the best people and the worst people in America. But forget the worst, go for the best. We got everybody.
Great, Sam. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We definitely appreciate your energy and the passion. It's very good stuff.
Thank you so much.
Not enough people have that much energy in the real estate industry.
Thank you so much. I hope that all of the people out there at least feel a little bit of that. Go out there and and improve the quality of their lives. And I'm sure they can. Even if I can touch 1% through this interview, I've done my job.
Great. Thank you, Sam, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We'll talk again soon.
Take care.
Are you a member of FlipNerd.com, the most robust real estate investing platform in existence, where you can find off-market wholesale deals and great vendors literally in your market? You can get access to advice from experts and learn about local clubs and events right in your backyard. If not, please visit FlipNerd.com and register for a free account. You can register in less than a minute. It's pretty much the coolest site that's ever existed in the real estate investing industry, so get on over to FlipNerd.com.